Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 48 of ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Bob Collar. Of course, Tim Scott is on his Western Caribbean Disney cruise on, of course, the beautiful Disney Fantasy, having a great time. I believe they were in Cozumel not too long ago. Sadly, I'm sure for them, they're probably heading back toward Port Canaveral. So we wish them happy travels and safe travels and all that stuff. And I can't wait. I'm sure you guys can't wait either to get those trip reports from Tim when he gets back, because I just have a feeling that's going to be a fantastic trip that him and his family went on. So I want to throw out some shout-outs before we get started with the podcast. I have a special guest here in the ResortLoop.com studios, and I can't wait to get into this topic. This is going to be kind of interesting, especially for all the young guys out there. So anyway, let's do these shout-outs. We got a few shout-outs for the great listeners that we have. And believe me, guys, we are so overwhelmed by your generosity toward us as far as listening to the show goes. I mean, we had a record week last week with a record download. We've never experienced that many numbers before, and we're just overwhelmed by you guys. So thanks for listening. We really, really, truly appreciate it. Anyway, so a special shout out to a new listener of ours, Jeff, who goes by @DisneyWagon on the Twitter. He was listening to episodes 43 and 44 for breakfast. So hope he didn't have to take any Pepto-Bismol after those shows. I want a special shout out to somebody who's been a listener since the beginning, but never let us know. So we appreciate her letting us know. Lynn Air, who goes by Louisiana Woman on the Twitter @Louisiana Woman. So I'm guessing she's from Louisiana. But anyway, Linaire, thanks so much for listening. She says she loves it, and it gets so giddy during the intro. Please stand clear of the door, por favor. I can't do that anymore, but that's as far as I can go. And also want to throw a shout out to on the Twitter Agent R, who goes by @RobertPerrin25 on the Twitter. Loved the when Tim on episode 44 when Tim did the Captain EIEIO. So Tim is just he keeps me in stitches all day long, I'm telling you. And a new listener, Gary Clevenger. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Gary Clevenger, who goes by @GClevenger on the Twitter. He says he's a friend of our buddy Joe Quattrochi, and says, I may have no idea what I'm getting myself into. That is very true. And speaking of our buddy Joe, he has put something out to you guys. He put it out to us, but I'm putting it back out to you guys. You guys let us know how you feel about this. So far, it's been pretty positive on the Twitter. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Joe has coined the phrase, for the folks that listen to this show, you guys are now called loopers, as in ResortLoop.com. You're loopers. People who listen to the show are loopers. Let us know how you feel about that. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. And we are trying to get some stuff together, so there may be some T-shirts with the phrase "I'm a looper" on it. So thank you, Joe, for that. That is fantastic. And I also want to say check out a great new Twitter page and website. Check out our old buddy Chef Keith. He has just started a Dole Whip Daily. So check that out. It is very cool. It's a lot of fun to go to, a lot of fun to read his thoughts on just different topics. He had a great Captain, or not Captain America, but the new Thor trailer he had on his website. So check that out. Tiki Central, Dole Whip Daily.webs.com. So that's our old buddy Chef Keith. So Chef Keith, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And so those are the shout-outs for Twitter. I do have a few on our Facebook page. A new listener, Peyton Turner, says, hey, guys, I found your podcast on Stitcher a few months ago. Yes, another Stitcher listener. Now I can't wait for each new episode. Great job. So, Peyton, thank you so much. And Matthew Birdsey says, my new favorite Disney World podcast. Man, that is humbling. Thank you so much. There's a lot of good ones out there, and if we're your favorite, we really appreciate that. It's we're trying to keep you guys informed and hopefully give you some have a lot of fun along the way. Okay, so a while back we asked you guys to send us some audio. If you'd like, you could send it to our email. I'm Bob at ResortLoop.com. Tim, of course, Tim at ResortLoop.com. And send us some audio, an audio shout-out, if you will. And we were lucky enough. We had two of our listeners do that. We've got Andrea Foster, who sent us a shout-out via voicemail, and our good buddy Sean Woosley. So here, take it away, guys.
Hi, Tim and Bob. This is Andrea from Maryland. I'm just sending you this message to say how much I'm enjoying the ResortLoop.com podcast. I started listening, I'd say about 5 episodes ago, and I have added your show to the list of podcasts on my Stitcher Disney station. I absolutely love the monorail intro. It makes me smile every time I hear it. You've got one winning hook there with that one. As for me, I'm fortunate to be able to travel to Walt Disney World once or twice each year. And the rest of the time, I really enjoy listening to podcasts to keep the magic going and to help plan future trips. I feel a kinship with other Disney Park fans who live and work outside of Florida, but still like to keep in touch with what's going on at the resorts. I have 3 children, ranging in age from 4 to 13. So when we all go, we're a party of 5, which presents a bit more of a challenge than it used to when we were an even party of 4. Resort choices and room types are more limited now and certainly more expensive. We've stayed on property every time we've gone, either in values, moderates, or deluxes. The values and deluxes have been our favorite experiences so far. And last year, after many spreadsheets and much thought, we decided to buy a small amount of DVC points to use for some of our trips. Our first trip on points is coming up in September. We will stay 5 nights in a 1-bedroom at Bay Lake Tower. I'm looking forward to being able to walk back and forth to the Magic Kingdom quite a bit, especially on the one night that we will be attending Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween party. And since food and wine will start towards the end of our trip, we've also decided to splurge and extend by 1 night by paying for a room at the Dolphin just before we head home. We're also looking forward to seeing the open parts of New Fantasyland. On our last trip, they were still in the thick of construction. I'm also curious about the new RFID technology that I'm hearing about, among many other things. The family's excited to see what's new and to check back in with some of our old favorites. Thanks for putting the ResortLoop.com podcast out there. I hope both of you enjoy producing it as much as park fans like myself enjoy listening to it. Keep up the good work. Bye for now.
Hey, this is Sean Woosley from Winter Springs, Florida, and I'm calling in live from Disney's Osprey Ridge Golf Course up here on the 17th hole for a company-sponsored event. Beautiful out here, about 86 degrees, bluebird day. You can hear the trains, the ferry boats, and even some parades going on in the distance over at the Magic Kingdom. Love the show. Keep it up, guys.
So, again, thanks so much to Andrea Foster and Sean Woosley for shooting us out those great voicemails. If you want to send us a voicemail, please do that. Again, Bob at ResortLoop.com or Tim at ResortLoop.com, and we'll put those on the show for you guys. And one last shout-out to a new listener, Monica Rodriguez Pinto. Monica wrote to us on our Facebook page, I just recently found your podcast and I'm loving it. Have picked up a lot of useful info. I was wondering if anyone ever rented DVC points for their Disney vacation. So if you've rented, I know on episode 38 we talked about the DVC with Sean and Safari Mike. If you have any information on actually renting the Disney points that you might be able send along to Monica. We'd appreciate it. She is specifically looking for anyone who has rented points and stayed at the beach club on DVC points. Monica, thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you as well. And everybody, I really want to say thank you to everybody who has sent us some pictures. And we've actually got some great pictures from everybody about places they've been and where they listen to the show and just different things. And so thank you all for the pictures. We really do appreciate that. So you can find those pictures on our Facebook page and on our website. So there you go. All right. So now that we're done with the shout-outs, we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my son's heart. And he is my guest today. Say hello, Bobby.
Hi.
Okay. Again, a man of very few words. So, Bobby is a big gamer. Yes.
Yeah.
Very big gamer. And he really, he's got, of course, he's had all of them. He's had the PlayStation and the Wii and the Xbox and all that stuff. You are going to be 13 years old. Mm-hmm. But on this last Disney trip, we decided we were going to try something new. Something that Disney had available. And that was the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, your perspective of it.
My opinion is that I liked it. Like, it's a good way to get exercise because you have to go all around the parks. Or not the parks, the Magic Kingdom. Like, the lands. But it's fun. I remember the last time we went to Disney when we did it, that one mirror wasn't working. You hold this.
Hang on one second. Let's go over. Let's tell everybody exactly what the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom is first. Okay. Before we jump in with you, the way Disney promotes the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom is this. On their website, they say, roam the Magic Kingdom Park in search of clues and use your newfound magical powers to defeat dastardly Disney villains. It says, become an apprentice sorcerer and help the wizard Merlin fight the forces of evil in this interactive role-playing game. Join Merlin's elite squadron of apprentice sorcerers at the Firehouse on Main Street, USA, or behind Ye Old Christmas Shop in Liberty Square, where you'll be given all the tools needed to help you on your quest. Using Merlin's mystical map, embark on missions throughout Main Street, USA, Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Liberty Square. Unlock magic portals using your sorcerer's key card and challenge Hades and his henchmen using spell cards. What we did was we went to Main Street, the Firehouse at Main Street. What did the guy give you at the Firehouse at Main Street?
He gave me a key, so then I put it in front of the mirror, and Merlin explained the whole game like you did.
Now, the key was a card, right? It was a card.
Yeah, it was just a card
like
with the
size of a playing card.
Was it a lock on it, or it was a key on it?
I believe it was a key.
Yeah, it was like a silhouette of a key.
We have the map. We found the map, but we can't find the card.
Yeah, I don't know where those went. They might be in my bag.
That's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I gave them to Mom, so.
All right, they've been cleaned. All right, I got you. All right. So he gave you the key, and then what did he tell you to do with the key?
Like, he told me to put it in front of the mirror. I put it in front of the mirror. Merlin explained the whole thing. The guy then gave me a spell card, and then I put the card in front of the mirror, and it cast a spell just, to teach me how to play it. So after that, he gave me... When you say in front of the mirror, it's a mirror, but it's kind of like a video screen, right? Yeah, it's a video screen.
Right. So it's a rear projected. It looks like the magic mirror, but Merlin comes on to in the middle of the mirror and tells you what you need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Disney attendant gave me a pack of cards. And then he said, either you can play by yourself or your whole family can join and give you their cards. And I decided, yeah, okay, I'll do that. So then we had like 4 packs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
4
they gave
packs.
all of us cards.
I don't know
Right.
how many people are in our family.
There's only 4. It's okay.
So 4
city school math. That's okay.
So I got 4 packs of cards. We all ripped them all out. Everybody gave me theirs, put them in my pocket. And then we walked over to Fantasyland.
Right. We started in Fantasyland. That's right.
And I have the map with me so I can look at that. If I can do this with one hand. Okay. Yeah, we went to Fantasyland, and our first stop was by it's like the Bippity Boppity boutique thing, but it's at Magic Kingdom.
Right.
You know?
Inside the castle there, right.
Yeah, near the castle. So we went there first, and that's where you meet your first Disney villain. And then you have to fight him, and you find out all about Hades' plot and stuff.
Right. They're trying to take over the Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Right.
And then we went over to Liberty Square, and we went to a mirror by the boat.
Okay, so what you're looking for when you first start the game is you're looking for a keyhole, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to have your key card, and then you tap your key card to the keyhole, and then something happens, right?
Yeah, the screen shows an image of like a little short video of Hades and all, like trying to find out like how to take over the Magic Kingdom, which it's with these crystals, but I don't want to give too much away. And then you fight your first villain, which is
Now, how do you fight the villains? Because it's going to change. It's going to, depending on where you start the game, it's going to determine what villains you have. But
oh yeah,
how do you battle the villains? Now, first off, when you tap the key card, okay, the screen lights up, but it's not always apparent. It's not like you're going to a kiosk where there's a video screen and you say, okay, this is it. Sometimes it's a window. Sometimes it just is an archway. It looks like an old archway.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a cinder block wall, or at least it looks like a cinder block wall.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Mystical.
It's cool.
So you tap the key card, the screen lights up. You hear from either Hades or one of the main villains. Sometimes it's Cruella de Vil, sometimes it's Maleficent. It just depends on who it is, and they're gonna do something to you. They're taking over, and then they send some henchmen kind of toward you, don't they, or something in the video?
Yeah,
They send some
and then
henchmen. You got to battle the henchmen.
yeah, then there's like a flash, and then it says hold up one of your spell cards. So you do that, and the cool thing is, all the different spell cards are different.
Right.
They aren't the same.
Right. There's
Like-
about 70 spell cards. There's about 70 things, cards with different characters on it. There's Winnie the Pooh and Mushu and Ariel and Tiana, Pocahontas, Pongo from 101 Dalmatians. So you've got spell cards with all of these characters on it. Now, if you have, I'm trying to think which one we had at the time, and it threw. What did it throw at him? Oh, we had
the Robin Hood.
We had Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
That's right. And he shot those rubber-tipped arrows.
Yeah, it's like rubber tipped. It looks weird. It has like a
Yeah.
ball at the end of it.
Right,
And with
right,
the
right.
stars on it,
Yeah.
and then like dust goes like.
and it bonks the henchman, and you win.
Yeah.
Right. So you just hold a card up. So when it says hold up your card now, you hold a card up, and that's how you ultimately defeat the villains.
Yeah.
Right. So after you do that one, then what happens? After you defeat the villain, then what does it tell you to do?
It shows a little cutscene, then says, go to this place to like go to
Well,
this place.
It doesn't tell you exactly where to go. It gives you a clue. Right?
Yeah, it gives you like a picture and then a symbol. So then on your map you can see the symbol, and then you can say, "Oh, okay, so it's over by like the boathouse or Haunted Mansion or somewhere," you know?
Right. So then you go over there, and you've got a whole other villain. It may be the same villain, and more henchmen.
Oh, yeah.
And you just do the same thing. You hold up a card again, and you defeat that one, and then it gives you a clue to go someplace else, right?
Yep.
So we were able to do all of Fantasyland, and we went from Fantasyland. There were how many? 4 or 5 that you had to do in Fantasyland?
Wait, I can check. Yes, there's 5. Yeah, 5 to do in Fantasyland.
Right. So then once you go to all the ones in Fantasyland, when you first start out, they tell you the first place to go. The cast member will tell you where the first place to start your adventure is. After you're done with that particular land, then it sends you to another land. And our next one after Fantasyland was Frontierland, right?
Liberty.
Well, no, that's right. We went
Liberty Square.
We went to Liberty Square.
And then the one in Frontierland didn't work.
Right. There weren't as many in Liberty Square.
There were
only
only
a
2.
few. 2. Okay. There were 2 in Liberty Square, and then from Liberty Square we ended up going over to Frontierland, and this is the drawback. Yeah. This is one of the drawbacks to the game was it was down. The monitor video player, whatever the interactive queue. Was down for that segment of the adventure, and once it's down, we couldn't figure out a way to continue the adventure.
Yeah, and they only had one maintenance guy working on it since it's new.
Yeah,
they didn't hire a lot of people, so they only had one guy that was able to work on it.
Right. We talked to a couple of cast members. We're walking by, and we said, "Hey, is what's going on with this?" And they said, "Yeah, it's not working. We know it's down, and we've got a cast member, maintenance person, looking into it." But that kind of stopped the game for us. So we were done. So we were able to do Fantasyland, Liberty Square, and that was it. We were done. So as a gamer, as a guy who loves playing video games, as your mother will fight you on every second, how did you like playing Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom?
I think it's fun. It's a nice little thing to get exercise and just enjoy the parks and the little details that are in the parks that you never noticed before. Little kids would like it better, but it's still for any age, any age group, but kids probably below 10 and below would probably like it better.
Because of the animation and the characters that are used.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's not exactly your first-person shooter type game. It's it's a lot more fun. It's completely Disney. Now we have never done the Agent P or anything like that, so it was fun going around, and like you said, seeing different parts of the Magic Kingdom that you typically will just walk right past and not even think anything of. And if you don't want to play the game, you're not playing the game, still look around. When you get there, look around. You'll see those little keyholes in different places, and you'll wonder, what are those keyholes all about? Well, that's part of the game. That's part of the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. So, rated on 1 to 10, scale of 1 to 10, for your age, going to be 13 years old, going to Walt Disney World, 1 to 10. What's your rating on that?
On the game or Disney World?
On the game, no. On Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
I'd probably give it a 8, 9.
Nice. Okay. Good.
Pretty good. It's
something to do after you've ridden everything. If you're going to be there for a while, it's definitely something you'd probably want to do because it was a good time. Okay.
Just that, like, if you aren't really in shape, like, don't try doing it. Because there's a lot of walking.
Yeah,
involved.
but you do a little bit of crisscrossing, and we got confused a couple of times of where we have to go. And if you go to the wrong one, if you go to the wrong keyhole, they tell you you got to go back. You got to go to this place over by whatever, and but they give you clues. It's kind of like National Treasure.
Yeah.
We've done that here at the house, where I've planted clues around, and you guys got to go and find stuff, and it is fun. I had a good time doing it as an adult, and you had a good time, so that's good. It's a good family adventure, so well worth doing Adventures of Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
and it's free.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it. It's free. Another thing, you get to collect those cards. The cards are a lot of fun. So,
and you get to go into the firehouse. Have you been able to do that?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you've always been able to go to the firehouse.
Oh,
and the beauty of this, from my understanding, now we'll try this the next time we go down. But the beauty of it is, once you have been registered and you have that key, and you go back and play the game again, it picks up where you left off.
Yeah,
so we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to go back and pick up where we left off, and start back in Frontierland. So
yeah, like the Magic Quest thing in Pigeon Forge.
Right. In the Smoky Mountains, we did something similar. So, a lot of fun. That was good. Anything that you can add about Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom?
Not that I can think of.
Fun collecting the cards?
Mm-hmm.
Want to get some more cards?
Yeah.
Did it seem like it mattered what card you put up, though?
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a strategy. We did not get a chance to play it enough to find out if there was a strategy to it. If some of you have any more input on Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom and want to let us know about it, we'd really appreciate it. We'll pass that information along to everybody else. So, again, this show is all about listener participation, as you guys already know. So, Bobby, thank you very much for being on the show. Appreciate it, and your input
welcome.
on Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. All you folks with kids out there, especially young boys that are gamers, looks like it's well worth it. And really, it's for boys and girls, because they have the fairy godmother and Ariel and Rapunzel and all that in the cards, and it's a lot of fun for all ages and both boys and girls. So check it out. Check out Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. So, and that's all I got. Thank you so much for listening to episode number 48 of ResortLoop.com. You can find us on Twitter. I am ResortLoop Bob. Of course, Tim is ResortLoop Tim on the Twitter. Check us out, our Facebook page, Facebook.com/ResortLoop. Check out those pictures that everybody's sending in. And if you've got pictures, send them to us. We'll put them up there. Of course, ResortLoop.com. Listen to us on iTunes. Rate us on iTunes. Don't forget to listen on Stitcher. We've got a lot of Stitcher listeners now. So, and hopefully on our next show, we will have Tim's incredible Disney fantasy cruise. So stay tuned for that. And thanks, everybody, for listening. As Tim would say, you have been listening to ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic. I'm Bob Collar. See you, everybody.
Yes, thanks to you, we've recovered this piece of the crystal of the Magic Kingdom. However, we could always use more help. Hades is still recruiting new villains.
I think you can handle